Hello everybody and welcome to I'm Blessed with MG. After hard days mountain bike riding or kayaking or any of the other activities that you might be doing one day, you gotta cook for your family. So as you could tell, my channel has a combination of all kinds of different things, including cooking. So today I'm going to show you guys how to make a pork meatball penne pasta with a white sauce. You're gonna have to get your prerequisite tequila, preferably good tequila. In my case, I got some Kirkland Añejo tequila, Costco tequila basically, but it's pretty good for $20. It's some of the best tequila you could buy, so go for that. And then let's take a sip. Salud. And let's get cooking. So, what do we got here? Today, we're going to be making, like I said, a penne pasta with a white cream sauce and some pork meatballs. So first thing is you got to do is you got to get your ingredients together. Got to get about half a pound of ground pork. You got to mince about 2 green onions, white separate from the green. You got to get some mushrooms and cut them really nice and thin, just like that. Some Parmesan cheese, 1 tablespoon of cream cheese, and 1 tablespoon of sour cream, and another tablespoon of sour cream. So you got 2 tablespoons of sour cream separated, some Italian seasoning, and of course your penne pasta. So first things first, you're going to start by boiling some water for the penne pasta. So throw in some, oops, that got a little foggy there. There we go. First you're gonna do is you're gonna take in some, put in some water, salt it, and bring it to a boil. All right, next you wanna take your penne pasta, throw it in the hot boiling water, and boil it for 9 to 11 minutes, or until it's done. Depends on how you like it, whether it's al dente or a little bit softer, but 9 to 11 minutes. So boil that. While that's cooking, you're going to have... Okay, while your pasta cooks, 9 to 11 minutes, you're gonna... I forgot one ingredient. We're gonna add some panko, about 2 tablespoons of panko crumbs to the pork to make it a little bit more, a little softer. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna combine the pork, the panko breading, the Italian seasoning, a little bit of salt and pepper to taste. So a little bit of pepper. All right. A little bit of salt. Salt and pepper to taste. Let's do 1 tablespoon of water because that's going to need to be absorbed into the panko breading. So 1 tablespoon of water. Okay. And then you're going to get a pair of gloves on and you're going to mix it all together and mix it into about 1 inch and make it into about 1 inch meatballs. Okay, so let's get the mixing. I'll pause that for you guys. All right, after you formed your meatballs, have an additional prerequisite sip of tequila. Salud, that's good tequila. And then your pasta should almost be ready. We got about, let's see here. Got about another, it's at 6 minutes, so we got about another 4 minutes, I'd say, before it gets done. So we'll come back to you guys when the pasta's done. All right, guys. So next step is you're gonna take your meatballs that you just made. You're gonna preheat a pan with over medium high with a large drizzle of olive oil in the pan. Okay. You're gonna take your meatballs and you're gonna throw them right in there, and you're gonna cook them for 12 to 14 minutes in the pan while moving them around on a regular basis so that they get evenly coated and evenly browned. Okay, 12 to 14 minutes in the pan, and then we'll move on to the next step. All right, after about 12 to 14 minutes, you're gonna turn off the heat on your meatballs, and you're gonna take them and you're gonna transfer them over to a plate. All right, all of them. Then you're going to have another drink of tequila, because you cannot cook without tequila. Salud. Then what you're gonna do is you're gonna clean out this pan that you just used for your sausage. Throw in the excess oil in the sink. And then you're gonna get ready for the next step. So clean it out. Be careful not to burn yourself. But you're about ready to go for the next step. All right, so let's do the next. All right, we're gonna move on to the next step, making the sauce. So you begin with getting your pan back on heat. Same pan you cooked your meatballs in just now, to a medium-high heat. You're gonna add another large swirl of olive oil, and then you're going to add your mushrooms. Well, I dropped one. Tequila might be getting to us a little bit. Want to get your mushrooms in there. Want to get the whites of the scallions. All right. And you want to get your garlic in there. All right. And want to get yourself a spoon and give that a nice little mix and cook it for about 2 to 4 minutes. Give it a nice stir. And if you could smell this, this smells absolutely delicious. All right. Let it cook for a little bit. I'm going to cook this about 2 to 4 minutes or until it gets soft. All right. Okay. After about 4 minutes, you see that the mushrooms have begun to soften and shrink a little bit. You're going to want to add your cream cheese, your sour cream, all of it. And 1/4, not the whole half cup, but 1/4 of the pasta water that you did. There you go. And then stir that around. Get that cream cheese to kind of melt and get in there. Now stir it around for. All right, after stirring it, you're going to want to add 2 tablespoons of butter. So just throw on 2 tablespoons of butter in there. All right. Bring to a simmer and cook for about 2 minutes, 2 to 3 minutes, or until it's slightly thickened. So you want to melt this butter, cook for a little bit until it's slightly thickened. You know, it's becoming more of a sauce rather than, you know, a liquid, you know, a very clear or, you know, thin liquid. As in nursing, we call it, so I guess in nursing, you know, thin liquids would be just water. And nectar thick liquids would be like a sauce. So you want to basically, oh no, I'm making a mess. My wife is not going to be happy with me on that. Oh. All right, as you can see, the sauce is coming along. The mushrooms look good. The butter is getting melted. It's still a little bit too thin, so we're going to cook it down just a little bit more until it becomes kind of like a honey thick, nectar thick consistency. All right, so after about 3 minutes or so, this is starting to look a lot thicker. We're going to turn the heat off the pan. Looks really nice. See, when you stir through it, that sauce doesn't come down there and fill up that spot as quickly as it did before. It doesn't. That means it's just about the right consistency. We're going to season it again with some pepper and some salt. There, come on, there we go. All right, just to taste, whatever you feel is your taste. Then we're going to add the penne pasta that you were holding there on the side, and you're going to add your meatballs, and then you're going to stir it, getting all of the pasta coated. Careful not to make a mess like that. That's starting to look really good. Make sure all of your meatballs and pasta are nice and evenly coated with the sauce. Break some of them up as you have to, as if you leave your pasta in the bowl, they tend to sometimes stick together. All right, that looks really, really good. Now we're gonna garnish it. We're gonna put some actually Parmesan cheese on top. And we're gonna garnish with the greens of the scallions. And take a shot of your tequila. Because really, what you've just done is cook dinner for your family, and it just took you about 40 minutes. There you go. Penne pasta with a mushroom Alfredo sauce and pork meatballs. Delicious meal for your family and for yourself, and fairly easy to make. Hope you enjoyed, and please subscribe.